So 15 years ago I was searching for volunteering somewhere in Europe after a friend had a volunteering in Greece, but I was more interested by northern countries, so I applied for Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. There I was on waiting list, but at that time volunteering was until 25 years old, so I needed to go, and Baltic states were just brand new European state, and my sending organization said there can be nice project. So I came to Latvia. I met my mentor that became my wife, and I stayed until so from 2005 to 2010 in Latvia, working in French Culture Center in Riga. Okay, volunteering and then working there. And we lived in France, and now we are back in Latvia.
And what brought you back?
I don't need to be in France to work in my field. When for Noara it was Noara is my wife. It was a bit more complicated, so mainly it's for the job opportunities for my wife.
Okay. And in which Latvia city are you living every day?
So now we are living in Liepāja. I remember how flat it was. Like I'm from Ely region in France, like even like small mountain region, and when I arrived, and I was volunteering in Zemgale. So really, when you go from Riga to Zemgale, you don't see a mountain. And that was the first impression. Like that was still strange to me, because, for example, Paris can be in the plains, but still there are some hills here in Latvia, like except in Vidzeme and a bit in Kurzemes, they are not what we can call mountains.
But what was your impression about people around you, or about our culture, something like that?
So what was funny is that I was kind of first foreigner, I mean from the Western world, to arrive in Penkulē, or almost Penkulē is the small village where I was volunteer. And so elder people were curious but not daring to really come and speak to me, and I could see in their eyes that they were like curious to know who I am, why Penkulē. Like I would go to Riga, it would be like maybe more normal, but why Penkulē? That thing was one thing, and still I think many youngsters were interested by what was coming from Western Europe, and okay, and they were speaking English as well, what is not maybe the case for older people, but after some months I was speaking Latvian, so I could speak a bit more with elder as well.
So you have felt the language barrier? Yeah.
Not really. Okay, I held the interview in English because it's still easier for me, but I'm speaking quite correctly Latvian. It's by laziness that I speak English now. So yeah, it's easier to express like maybe deeper feelings or things like that in English because I practiced for many years. But I would say after a month and a half, language was not barrier anymore. I don't know if it's the case still now, but at that moment there was a budget for the volunteers to learn Latvian. So for me it was like I had two things. So I had first the teacher, and secondly I was living in hosting family. So in hosting family there were just whether speaking Latvian or Russian, and as I had Latvian courses, it was easier for me to learn Latvian. Latvians sometimes are cold people, I would say. Like I don't want to make generality because they are really friendly people and outgoing people, but in general it's like it takes months to really get into friendship with a Latvian person. What is not real for the south of France, where I'm coming from, where I would say when you have a friendship with a Latvian person, it's like for all the life, except if you make a big mistake to this person. Like when in south of France, it would be more random. Like so, at the beginning it was difficult, and I could feel really lonely. Truly, there were moments when I was feeling lonely, but yeah. So it's maybe one of the things after. It's not linked with Latvia exactly, but sometimes I can miss my friends, I can miss my family, but this thing would be the same, I don't know, in London or elsewhere.
Now you can freely speak also Latvian, yeah? It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but
Okay, as I was in hosting family, all the grocery was bought by the family, but when I wanted to buy my own stuff, it was like a game, I would say, so you learn things, but you need to put them in in the working situation, so sometimes it can be difficult, even more with men of a certain age, because they don't pronunciate, I don't know, they would say, and as they don't open clearly the mouth, it's more complicated to understand. But no, in the shop, and still it was really small village, so people knew me and they were patient with me, no, this thing, I cannot say I really had problem with the language, and still for me it's a game to learn languages. I'm speaking so French, English, I can speak Spanish as well, Latvian, I began to learn Russian, I'm able to understand what people are speaking about, even in Italian, Portuguese, Russian. For me it's a game, it's something I like. Yeah, there was the thing, whether some years ago or even last year, where people, they are men, they come and they say, yeah, what do you do with the Latvian women? You came here to steal our wives, the women, and so on. And I remember, just downstairs here, I come from time to time to one bar that is here, and the guy was really searching to fight, and said, yeah, you foreigner, what do you do here, and so on. It's not nice feeling, but it's pretty rare, and it's pretty rare, I would say.
It gets better, yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that many youngsters now they go abroad to study, to volunteer as well, and so on. So, okay, I know many Latvian that are in Liepāja that live, don't know, in UK, in Norway, in Germany, in Switzerland, things like that. So, or France. So yeah, I think mentality changed, and but I had to face this thing from time to time. Yeah, I cannot deny it. It would be a lie. I would have said to my family that I'm going to, don't know, Strasbourg or Paris, that is the other part of France. I think it would have been the same. It's oh yeah, we will miss you and so on. But in the other end, I think they were happy for me to have opportunity, because I was unemployed when I began my volunteering. So here I found the work. It was truly well paid in Riga for the moment then. Everything was going good, so for them it was nice, like if I go nice, so everything is good. So my parents, they took plane for the first time in their life to pay me a visit, and when they arrived, somehow my mother said, I knew already that you had a girlfriend here, and I introduced them with my girlfriend that became my wife afterward. A part of gastronomy. Okay, I really like the Latvian beer.
Okay.
No, it's something that can look strange, but we don't have. We have a lot of wine. Truly, we have a lot of different wine and good ones and so on. But for beer, it's pretty new that we have small breweries, and but still there is not this culture of beer that you can have in Latvia. It's something I like. Okay, after that it's more linked with Liepāja than really Latvia. I like to go to walk on the beach, on the dunes and things like that. I could do it in France if I would be by seaside and so on. Like, I don't know, a love here that I cannot really find in France. For me still it's, even if there are many differences, it's quite similar countries, like quite similar cultures. I've been to South America or Congo. There you really feel the difference. Or Ivory Coast I've been as well. There is a difference in culture, and there are things like you can really say, okay, I like that. First, maybe it's disturbing. I'm thinking about whether Congo or Peru, where people, they don't know what is a watch, like they don't know what is an hour. And at the beginning you are like, oh, yeah, no way, why this train is not leaving, why this bus doesn't arrive and so on. It's just, there is a time schedule, but nobody follows it. And at the end you just adapt, and somehow when you go back to France and things are so much framed, but no, in Latvia, I mean, it's, for me it's quite similar to France. It's Europe, it's European Union. The laws are the same, the many things. Okay, for me many things are the same. Like, just maybe the beer is better. Like, okay, maybe what I could prefer in Latvia, it's you would not judge a politician on the sex. Like in Latvia, you had a Latvian president, a woman. If I'm not wrong, there was a prime minister some years ago. In France, there was never a woman president. A woman prime minister, it happened for, I don't know, 3 months or something like that. And it's brand new that there are a woman minister as, this important ministry. It's brand new. And in Latvia, I have a feeling that it's, you would not judge on that. It's also maybe something that I prefer. After, there is sexism in Latvia, there is sexism in France. It's not what I'm trying to say, but at least on this field, it's, in my opinion, really better in Latvia. Like, people would not think, oh, this woman is not capable to be the mayor of Paris because she's a woman. It's something you could read 10 years ago when the mayor of, the actual mayor of Paris began to say that she could run for the mayor. It's something like that. France is like that with politicians. Yeah, I recommend to many people already. Don't know, I would say 20 visitors from France, 20 different visitors. Exactly 10 years ago today, we got married, and there were 25 people coming from France to have party with us. So yeah, I recommended them to come and to even stay and to have a look around.